It's not in the cards for you. I'm pretty good at insults, and I got the internet and a lot of free time.
Are they? Gen Z's out with you? Oh, okay, I want a girlfriend. We're leftist. They're leftists as well. They're Marxists. We're Marxists. What's your excuse, ACAB? Lack of diversity? The money calls you, but aren't you communists like us? Misogynist? I'll kill you, you motherfucking sexist. Okay, I won't. But I don't like you. None of that makes sense to me.
What do you say? Does not matter. You failed kindergarten.
But aren't we communists? Okay, I live at House of Charity, Gen Z. You're a communist generation. I'm a communist. We're left wing. Okay, and you're just lining around the block, huh? Gen Z, why are you like Satan?
On behalf of the American taxpayer, thank you for keeping our streets safe from rich assholes playing dress up. Can I peek?
Your fingers. Right.
What's his name?
Who?
Yeah.
Who? What's his name? Ask him his name.
Can you get someone to take care of him while you're out of town?
Am I going out of town?
Tomorrow, the deputy director is going to send you down to Tulsa to take you down his presentation.
And you know this. What am I investigating?
The chief of police got home. Good man. Walk outside. Folks assume he's at the count.
But that's not what you were saying.
7K always takes credit when you kill a cop without people.
You think it was vigilant?
Sure could be. Called professional jealousy. Vigilantes already see cops as the enemy. Now they got a mask and be on.
Well, maybe you shouldn't have put the cops in masks.
Around now 80% since we passed.
You called it DOPA?
The Defense of Police Act. And it's such a good acronym that other cities want to jump on board. Atlanta, New Orleans, even goddamn Denver. Masks save lives. My reputation, my name is behind. Now those cops have kept the peace down there for 3 years. Someone's trying to start a war. If they do, it all goes to shit. You know, Lord, the president can pardon anybody he wants. Anybody. He can even get your apple.
Okay. Forget the break. You check. 3 heroes die. They all show up at the pearly gates. God's there to decide what their eternal fate shall be in heaven or hell. Our first
John Wick. Yay!
With this theory, of course, they take science in a completely different direction. Quantum paleontology. What exactly is that?
Don't tell Rosie and Emma yet. You can work tomorrow. Can I watch TV?
Yes, baby.
Warning. The Federal Communications Commission has determined the following content to be emotionally harmful. Young children should not view this content under any circumstances, even if supervised by a parent or guardian. The views and opinions expressed, including the depictions of persons of color and members of the LGBTQA+ community, do not reflect any official policy or position of the U.S. government. This program contains graphic violence, nudity, misogyny, racism, anti-Semitism, hate crimes, and depictions of sexual assault. Be advised.
I'm dead. Shot in the head. Washed up in Boston Harbor. That's the last photo that will ever be taken of me. Ralph Muller, circus drummer. Except that's not me. I just need people to think it is so they'll stop looking. I'm not ready to tell you who I really am. If I did, you wouldn't watch until the end. So let's start at the beginning.
This is a stick out! Everyone on the ground now! While it watches!
comes out all over your Lux laundry soap. You got 3 seconds. Please. Sisters, so agree. 2.
When I was little, every time I looked in the mirror, I saw a stranger staring back at me. And he was very, very angry. What can I do with all his anger? Hot, vibrating, electricity with no place to ground it. If he couldn't release his rage, maybe I could help him hide it. I never felt comfortable in my own skin. So I made it happen. And when I slipped it on, he and I became one. His anger became mine, as did his.
What are you talking about?
No way. Curly is the star of a ball. He gets the girl, he kills the bad guy, he saves them all.
As I was saying, something is I'm just right on Facebook for everyone to know. I am dead in Spokane. So whoever's going to look for me, good luck in finding me. Oh, you didn't hear me, did you? Once I get to you, I'm gonna write on Facebook, telling everyone to log on finding me because I am dead in Spokane. I'm nowhere to be found.
That fucker in the video said they had a mission. He was gonna have you soon. Richard Wern? Hey, you two talking about this taking so long?
No, nothing.
For sure.
The clock is ticking. We're running out of time. Evil is rising. Second by second, we all cry out.
Yes, sir. Not long. Well, shooter.
Now,
You know, Will? Oh, yeah, there's always a chance of pretty good taste of what happens when you get one art. That's because, my dear, yeah, I noticed. Charlie set up his woke up. I'm over James in my uniform over there. You'll see him. I'll get one of those.
That's why I have proof.
Who is this?
Renee, I got 18.
You were at 31, you say? Now you're at 36. All right, thank you. Alrighty.
I know.
First time was a fluke, huh?
Got a little excited, jumped on me and said hi. And then she came back to her and goes, I was just like, whatever, dude. Where are you doing?
What time is meal? 8:30.
They applied for one of the Obama phones. If I'm not on the east side, might not get stolen.
Right.
Millard. Come on, where was he yesterday?
Yeah.
Oh, there he is. Got a spot for you. It's not a laying down spot, but you need to stay in for the day.
I haven't been terrible in a week and a half.
Right.
I feel better.
Gen Z, babes, listen. Yeah, I live in a homeless shelter, and I know your politics are left wing. You know, you're left of the Democrats, just like I am. But the problem is your classism and greed. When you go to have sex, you keep fucking these dudes. You hear them in the background noise, like saying the misogynistic things. And then you go to that to chastise them. I mean, you should just break up with them. They're saying like bitch and slut in the background noise. But those are the dudes you fuck. The stupid wigger ass fucking dude bro, dumb fuck motherfuckers with the baseball caps, flat or curved. It doesn't really matter. The problem is your classism and greed. You're left wing. This needs to end, Gen Z. I'll take you out to eat. I'll buy you a burger. Hi, my name is Lucas. Goddamn Gen Z. I'm 41 years old and I would date you. I look 41. I don't care, you know? There's all these guys that are like, oh, I look 24. Bull spot in the back of my head. I don't give a fuck. If you're a biggie, go screw yourself. I hate you like the racists said that. I'll date you, you know, I'll buy you a cheeseburger. But you're out there like, oh, Occupy movement this, Bernie Sanders that. Classist much? If you leftists for real leftists, you'd be lining around the block at all the homeless shelters in Spokane like House of Charity to date us. I'm tired of you running your mouth. You're just bullshitting us. Enough of your classism, Gen Z. Come around, you know, meet me. I'll buy you a cheeseburger or something one day. Give me your phone number. Enough of your bullshit, okay? Enough of it. It's stupid. You're being stupid. Generation Z. Motherfuck. You keep making the same mistakes that was made generations before, that millennials made and Gen X chicks made. Where you're like, oh, I hate these guys. They're so sexist and misogynistic. Then why do you date them? Like your mom and your grandma are right there and they're like, you should date older guys. They're more confident and they'll be nicer to you and respect you. You have better friendship, better sex. Your babies will be healthier. It's been generation after generation of your moms and grandmas and aunts telling you to date guys over 40. I don't care if I look 40. Make fun of me. Go to hell, bigot. You know what I mean? Like, you're there complaining and whining about, like, the money and power, and then you flock to these guys because they got a credit card and a car. Like, oh, I hate the money and power. Meanwhile, we're all sitting on their ass at the homeless shelter. We're all at House of Charity, like, why are they classist? Why are they classist? They're left wing. Why are they classist? It makes no sense. They're out there like, babe, 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 in the background noise, fucking these wigger-ass clone sheeples. And we're there like, babe, you know, sweetheart, we're homeless, and you're there complaining about classism, but you're not lining up around the block at House of Charity or Canon or Truth Ministries or anything like that. Hypocrites. But then you date these assholes. You date the assholes that treat you like shit, and you just like, oh, I hate these guys, but then you don't get with a guy like me. 0 cents, honey. 0 cents, babe. Yeah. God damn, Gen Z. Quit talking shit all the fucking time. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're there like yada, 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 yada. Ponytail this. Talking shit about me, motherfucker. Oh, yeah. Whatever. You know what I mean? You come in like you're my dad or something when you're 20 years younger than me? Dude, go fuck yourself, little boy. You and your fucking greed with your fucking girlfriends. Talking about, oh, how much greed sucks or how much classism sucks or or capitalism, but you're walking in with your multiple ass girlfriends. You're fucking lying to me, Gen Z. You come up like, oh, but we're not socialists. I already think that you're acting fascist. Maybe if you quit with the sarcasm and the fucking hypocrisy, we could be buddies. But you're there with your fucking multiple ass girlfriends talking, oh shit, I hate capitalism. I'm fucking there in a homeless shelter agreeing with you for even 20 years before you were fucking born. But where are the women at? This leftism in name only, the age phobia, the classism, ladies, bigots, shut up! God damn it, Christians. I don't hate you. You're friendly towards us sometimes, but when I go to the fucking bar, you dangle your cross and like talk shit. Did Jesus accept atheists? Of course he goddamn did. Thomas the Doubter. Thomas the fucking Doubter was an atheist. He didn't believe Jesus was God. There was some shit and then like he believed or whatever. But there's a whole apocrypha of the Bible that atheists know about called, the Gospel of Thomas. Why did Thomas doubt Jesus was God? There's also a whole bunch of shit you don't know about Jesus. He killed the motherfucker. I'm not kidding you. The Catholics took that shit out of the Bible because he shot lasers out of his eyes. You think that's fiction? No, it's in the Apocrypha. Jesus shot lasers out of his eyes. I'm not kidding you on this. There's 2,000-year-old documentation of Jesus shooting lasers out of his eyes. There's 8 references to unicorns in the freaking Bible. There's no fucking unicorns. You wonder why atheists are atheists? Because that shit didn't happen. Also, you're there like dangling your cross. I could quote the freaking Bible. The fucking Ephesians says don't gossip, don't lie. The stuff like fornication, Jesus didn't like the hookup culture. You're slutting around during COVID and all this bullshit. You listen to these Christian preachers talking about how gay people suck, and really, it's the bigots that suck. You're there like, yeah, I hate races. Well, I'm Gen X, I look Gen X, you're Gen Z, and you're age-phobic and classist, despite the fact that you're talking about the Occupy movement. I live in a homeless shelter, my fellow leftists. What the fuck? Of course I'm a leftist. I'm as communist and anarchist as you. I don't need to talk to baby boomers about this shit. The people that really understand leftist politics are Gen Z because they're tired of capitalism. And then you go at the homeless shelter where I'm at, and it's just like silence. Why? Because the college girls aren't lining around the block to date us. That's age phobia and classism, despite the fact that you're Occupy movement, Bernie Sanders types, and hate classism. No comprende. Hey babes, Gen Z. Look at this shit. This is Twigs. This is probably one of the best restaurants in town. They got pretty good prices on things. Their pizza's phenomenal. Their smothered steak is probably one of the best I've ever had. Steam Plant is probably on par with it, but this one's kind of better in a way. It's like the one at the Steam Plant is a little too overdone. But here's the thing, ladies, you're talking about like classism and age phobia or whatever. You're talking about bigotry. I know we're all with BLM, for sure. But like at the same time, I mean, okay, look at all the alcohol. I live in a homeless shelter, and you're like walking around talking about like your leftism or how you're a communist or an anarchist or whatever. Okay, but I live at House of Charity, so it's just liberal grandstanding. You know what I mean? Like, I'm talking with my right-wing friends, and they're like, liberals this, liberals that, they suck. And I'm like, I agree with you. I'm a communist. So I see a lot of, like, the horseshoe theory shit, where it's like, you pick on things, but then you go do them anyway. You know what I mean? Like, you're talking about, like, capitalism. Oh, it just ruined your life. But then, meanwhile, you're dating Mr. I have a car, Mr. I have a credit card. And the dude's like, why don't you have a credit card? Oh, I don't know. Why are you a freaking classist? You know what I mean? You're there like supporting communist causes like I am, like ACAB and freaking BLM. But like you're dating only dudes your own generation, which is bigoted. And then you're there like supporting BLM. What? What? You expect me to be like dropping the N-word every 2 seconds to like pretend that I'm 20 years old or something? It's goofy. It's like my 41-year-old ass should act like I'm 18 or 21 or something, like the other wigger assholes. You hear them in the background noise. We already covered this bullshit. You're dating guys you shouldn't date. And then you're talking shit about poor people while also, talking about classism sucking. Gen Z, it makes no sense. If it did, you'd be dating me and we'd go to Twigs or something. They're moderately priced, I see Gen Z everywhere, and it's like, how do I talk to you when I know that you're just gonna run your classist bullshit? I don't know. You say it's not about money. Yeah, fair enough, but I live in a homeless shelter. Prove it's not about money. Come and line up. I gotta buy you a cheeseburger to understand, or a pizza or something. Oh, okay, fine. I love you, but also you're fucking some other guy. So at that, you're worthless to me. I'll admit it. I used to say the N-word quite a bit. Well, not a lot. I mean, I used to hang out with the wiggers and the hip-hop crowd and the white boys and everybody that listened to rap. A lot of them were white. But then I started hanging out with African Americans. That shit offends them. And it should. Well, I guess. Either way, I stopped saying it because some African American dudes were like, we like you, but you need to stop saying the N-word. I'm like, you know what? Fair enough. I'd rather be mature than to have to deal with the fucking bullshit of like Gen Z out there every 2 seconds. The N-word, even the women. N-word this, N-word that. Dude, I disagree with you this. Dude, I disagree with you that. Stop doing the situation. Stop N-wording the situation. Stop walking around with these guys that got more than one girlfriend. Stop going with the freaking simps. Stop going around slutting around during COVID. And I'll buy you a cheeseburger. I mean, you're there like, leftism this, leftism that. We love communism. We love anarchism. Meanwhile, your gasoline communist boyfriend walks up with his sheeple ass, clone fucking face. And you're there like, oh, I gotta fuck that. Oh, the guy walks in with a car and a credit card, but meanwhile your communism goes right out the window, Gen Z. It's like you're a bunch of bullshit artists. I'm trying to find love, and you're there cockblocking us, saying that you're Christian, dangling a fucking cross, cockblocking us with your what-upping, and it's like, oh, okay, another generation of hypocrites, like the goddamn millennials that capitalized on socialism, like a bunch of hypocrites. It needs to end, Gen Z. Why? Because I live in a homeless shelter agreeing with you about the communism and anarchism bit. But I don't like the boyfriends that you fuck. Because you're there like, oh, the patriarchy sucks. Meanwhile, you're fucking guys that look like the patriarchs, the baseball cap crowd, especially the flat bills. And they're like running their freaking mouths. And then you're babying us when you got a boyfriend. Knock it off. I'm not going to be friend zoned. I'm not going to be cock blocked. Stop with your freak ass generation of bullshit friend zoning, cock blocking. Oh, I'm 41, so I'm old. I don't give a fuck what you think. If I'm old to you, I'm wiser. Oh, you don't like age. Oh, okay. You don't like age. As you eat your cheese and sip your wine and talk about, oh yes, your money and power is really screwing over the poor. Meanwhile, it says, not in my backyard shit. This NIMBYism, as it's called. This fucking like, oh yeah, if Lucas hooks up with anyone, it would be great. But you're there like, yeah, it would be fantastic. You don't cheer me on at all. You just there like, oh, I hope he finds someone. If I dated Gen X, like I am Gen X, or someone my own age, you'd be there clapping your hands like, yay. But everybody else would be like, you gave up. You wanted to date Gen Z, and then, you gave up. I'm not giving up until you stop the classism. You go there at the homeless shelter, there's all these dudes that are there like, you know, the problem is sexism and misogyny, and they're decent dudes, but they're also among the guys that are wiggers and dropping the B word all the freaking time. And you're talking about how much you hate bigotry. Age phobia and classism is bigotry. This world is bullshit. And then the confidence that I display, yes, I do have it. But I'm not going to wear rose-colored glasses to let the Christians walk all over us at the bar as the bullshit goes on. The classism that Jesus was against, my atheist ass, is looking at this world like these Christians never read the Bible. They don't know anything about anything. What did Jesus hate more than anything? Pretty much racism and hating anybody else and the worship of money. When's that gonna end? You're like, oh yes, I agree. I live in a homeless shelter, babes. Leftism in name only is the same as liberal grandstanding. You understand? I agree with you on a political level, but your actions suggest otherwise. This shit needs to end. As we all know, ACAB is a loose organization of individuals. In a sense, I would be ACAB, because I support communist anarchist ideals. So 90% of Gen Z agrees with me, but I live in a homeless shelter. As you run to the guys, what do the guys say? Oh, look, I'm a communist with gasoline. Let's go to the protest, babe. Oh, I'm a communist with gasoline. Look at my bank account. Gen Z, this shit needs to end. God, I don't get you, Gen Z. I don't understand. You go with these dumbass wiggers dropping homophobia and misogyny out of their fucking mouths, and then you're there like, oh, I hate capitalism, and meanwhile, you go with the guy two at a time with the car and the money because you slid around during COVID, and we're trying to hook up with you for like a cheeseburger, but oh, all you goddamn do is go with the sheep-ass clones while claiming that you love diversity. Everybody's like, oh yes, we hate being called hypocrites, but Gen Z, you're the biggest hypocrites on the planet. If you weren't, you'd be lining up around the block, dating everybody like me at the homeless shelter. You blame me for the shit that the fucking boyfriends do that I don't goddamn do, as I'm sitting there in my mind with Trevor Noah, like, pointing out misogynists, you know, pointing out classism, pointing out age phobia, and everybody at the homeless shelter agrees with me, because most of them are communists and anarchists, and then you go, oh yes, I agree with you, but meanwhile, I'm gonna date sheeple-ass fucking clone and go with the guy at the car. Gen Z, you need to stop chasing after money. Bernie Sanders upon you, and then be consistent, goddammit. Because you're like, oh yes, he's such a good liberal who loves the gay community and stuff like that. We love BLM. But meanwhile, you're like, oh yes, ACAB this, ACAB that. Liberal grandstanding. You're like, yeah, communism. Oh, there's a guy at the car. How does he approach? Hi, I'm a communist. Look at my gasoline. Hey, let's go to a protest and protest against global climate change. Hop in the car, babe. I got a communist bumper sticker. Yeah, we're the proletariat, but I live in a homeless shelter. And you're there like with your boyfriend, say, babe this, babe that, dating this sheeple clone, talking about classism and ACAB and blah, 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 blah. I'm as leftist as you, but it seems to me, Gen Z, you only flock to money. I know the age gapper coaches say you shouldn't say that, but it's true. I live in a homeless shelter. As you preach your leftism, I agree with you on a political level, but meanwhile, I just want to buy you a cheeseburger or whatever. But there you are, hypocritical like the millennials. Oh, Occupy movement. Let's capitalize on it. No, stop, Gen Z. Stop being hypocrites. Only 10% of you support capitalism. Stop going to the money. Punk used to be about anti-capitalism, emos. Oh, you're like, I agree. Meanwhile, boyfriend over there, not me, because I live in a homeless shelter, I live at House of Charity, is there like, yeah, look at my Che Guevara hat that I bought at the mall for $69.99, and you're like, oh wow, you're such a pro. Bullshit, Jesse! I'm not gonna lie to you guys. One of my heroes is Joseph Stalin. You're there like, oh, the gulags killed 1.6 million people. How many people die in the American incarceration system? Racism and bullshit. Joseph Stalin is your fucking anti-hero? Are you kidding me? More people want to return to communism than a capitalist system. In Romania, 80% of people want to return. The capitalist media lies to you. These days, a gulag would teach you to be a better vlogger or a better Instagram influencer. It's not work camps. Work camps is not stuff that's around anymore. You might learn to be a machinist or something, or a teacher at a gulag. It was to train you. The people they killed were Nazis and betrayers to the government. People that didn't like democracy. People that we incarcerate in the United States were also incarcerated in the Soviet Union. And more people were incarcerated in the United States than during the Soviet Union. And capitalism kills 100 million people every 5 years as you gasoline communists run away with the women, and you capitalist supporters with Stockholm Syndrome bitch about 100,000 people dying under communism since 1917 to 89 when the Soviet wall fell. In Germany. Yes, we do love ACAB. We do. It's a organization of people that are loosely knit. I support ACAB. Some things I support Thin Blue on because the ACABers aren't protecting my ass. What would Thin do? They would probably come because they're cops. Duh! If you fuck with me, I gotta call the police. If you leave me alone, stop cockblocking me when I go to bars and shit, then I wouldn't have to call you communist in name only. Dumb! Stop being dumb hypocrites, Gen Z. Your classism needs to end. You leftists in name only. Multiple girlfriend creedmongers need to go. The bros need to stop. Oh, dude, BLM, I need a girlfriend so fucking bad. ACAB, I need a girlfriend so fucking bad. You know how you are, you loose net organization and such. But I'm speaking to my people. The problem is, your class is gasoline. You're bullshit where you only date the clones. So I'm speaking to the women of Gen Z. You're there like, oh yeah, we love it. But motherfucker, you're like, oh, diversity. We love diversity. You walk around in just baseball caps. You're there like, oh, we hate classism. Nobody walking up to the homeless shelter from the colleges in Spokane. You're age-phobic classist women. Stop this shit so I can buy you a burger or something. I mean, you're there like, oh yes, Martin Luther King. But meanwhile, black guys, look at you in your car. I can't afford a fucking car. Oh, BLM ACAB, yes. But look at your car. I can't afford a car. Communists and name-only bullshit. You don't understand the struggle at all. Your Nikes were made for 3 cents in Indonesia, and you get it so the chicks suck your dicks. You have the car so the chicks suck your dicks. But you're there like, down with the patriarchy, woman. Duh! We want to date you, but you're not open because your dumb fuck boyfriend is there shushing you on your politics. Shut up! Stop cock-blocking, stop friend-zoning, and realize Martin Luther King was a socialist. You fucking hypocrites, the content of your character is classist, and it needs to end, Gen Z.
You're scaring the hell out of me, man. Everything that I do good, I try to do good.